Hello everybody, it is time to get into my first trimester recap. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name's Elisa. I am 22 years old, stay-at-home wife, soon-to-be mom. I just finished my first trimester. I'm currently 15 weeks pregnant. That's very exciting. Time honestly flies. But anyway, I just wanted to share my first trimester recap with you guys and share my personal experience as a first-time mom, because some of these are weird and were very unexpected. So yeah, I know everyone's pregnancy journey is very, very different. So if you can relate to any of these things, then yay. If not, let me know what other symptoms you had during your first trimester. Let's go ahead and get into the symptoms. The very, very first symptom that I ever had was actually menstrual cramps, menstrual-like cramps. They felt exactly like menstrual cramps. However, some of them were very, very, very intense, and I was like, this feels so wrong, so bad. I was so worried pretty much all the time. I still get very anxious about this little one. It's pregnancy anxiety is very real, especially when you've already had anxiety before pregnancy. So those cramps were really bad. At the very, very beginning, like from weeks when I first got pregnant to week 6, it stopped around week 6. I still occasionally feel cramping, but it's so light you can barely tell, like it doesn't hurt at all. I mean, it hurts a little bit, but it's tolerable. But yeah, so basically, if you guys don't know or haven't experienced that, it like feels very, very, very sharp and like really intense. I start sweating like immediately, then it goes away within a few seconds. So that was interesting. I asked my doctor what that was about, and she was like, that's just your uterus growing. So I was like, great, fantastic. So it was nothing to worry about. Baby was totally, completely fine. And yeah, that wasn't fun those first few weeks. The next symptom that I also felt with the cramps were breast tenderness, but that was expected. Nothing much to say there. My boobs would always get sore during my periods, so I wasn't really too shocked when they were sore while pregnant. They're still a little bit sore, but not as bad as the beginning. Oh my gosh, another big symptom that I experienced during my first trimester. During the beginning weeks, I started going away towards like week 10, 11, was fatigue. Holy moly, you guys. I've always been a tired person, so I was like, oh, this is normal when it first was starting. I've always been a tired person, but this tired was so different. I was exhausted. I did not want to go anywhere. I took naps, like so many naps, and some were long, some were short, but I took a lot of naps, and I was always tired. One trip to the freaking grocery store, I was done for. I was out. After that, no more going out for me. I'm done. It was insane. And my mom actually thought I had like, that I was like low in iron or whatever, because that's what happened to her when she was pregnant. But all my test results came back normal, so it wasn't that. It was just pregnancy fatigue during the first trimester. So yeah, that was something I wasn't expecting, honestly. If you're in your first trimester, first time mama, take it easy, take it slow. Don't think that you're lazy, because you're not. Your body is doing things that it's never done before, and it's working overtime, so don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, the next thing that I experienced was nausea with certain foods. Starting at around week 6 or 7, I thought I was going to be lucky and not have nausea, because the beginning weeks were wonderful. I did not feel pregnant at all. No symptoms other than the cramping in the breasts, but like no nausea or morning sickness until like week 6 or 7, and then I started getting nausea with certain foods. It was mainly like texture and smell that would get me like all grossed out. But yeah, so that didn't start, and then I was like, oh, okay, if this is what morning sickness is, I can handle it. It's not that bad, because I know so many women out there who have really, really bad morning sickness. And so for the longest time I was like, no, I'm not getting morning sickness. But then later on I got morning sickness, and I still get a little bit of it. Not nearly as bad as it was earlier, and not nearly as bad as other women's morning sickness. So my actual morning sickness, with where I would get nauseous, my morning sickness was actually like morning sickness. I would literally only be sick, nauseous in the morning, and that started around 8 weeks, and it went all the way up until 13 weeks, 13-ish weeks. Still a little bit to this day, but not bad at all. I can actually eat things in the morning now. So while I was experiencing that was like during the holidays with Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I was so bummed because I really, really wanted to enjoy all those Christmas foods or holiday foods, but I couldn't because I was not feeling well. But yeah, the reason I was so in denial that I had any morning sickness at all was because I wasn't throwing up like at all. The first time I actually threw up was 10 or 11, maybe 12 weeks pregnant. But that was also because I was in a car, and I get car sickness as well, so it was like a mix of both. So I've only thrown up twice. That might be TMI for some people, but I've only thrown up twice throughout the whole first trimester. I hope I don't throw up anymore, but you never know. But yeah, so the morning sickness didn't really start for me until 8 weeks, and then it like started fading around 13 weeks. One of like the main pregnancy symptoms that I thought I would get more of are cravings, and maybe they will start more in the second trimester, but I haven't had weird cravings, but the cravings that I have had are like very normal cravings, like normal foods that I would eat on a normal daily basis. But when I did get those cravings, they were like pretty intense. I was like, I want them right now. There was that. But they haven't been any like weird food combination cravings, so I don't know. Another one I have been getting is acne. But I've always had acne. I've always been prone to acne, so that one's not a surprise, and I really don't know if that's pregnancy or just because I have acne. I did definitely get more of it towards the beginning of my pregnancy, like around 6 weeks probably. Yeah, the acne really got bad right here, and I actually started getting acne on my forehead, which I hadn't had in a while. So that's something, definitely the hormones. The next symptom that was very unexpected for me was my stomach's been getting hairy, like very hairy. I'm not gonna show you guys, but it's not like hairy, it's like a ton of peach fuzz, and I have dark hair naturally, so it's dark and that you can definitely see it. At first I was like, oh, well, my stomach's always had peach fuzz, but this is like crazy. And so yeah, I actually sent a video of my hairy stomach to my sister, and she was like, ha, funny. But anyway, yeah, so that was unexpected. I haven't actually heard about hairy stomachs during pregnancy until like recently, until I got pregnant, so that was interesting to find out about, and did not expect that to happen to me, but it is, and I'm fine with it. It's totally no big deal at all. Last but not least is the insomnia. Pregnancy insomnia is no joke. Especially during the first trimester. It's kind of been going away from me, but I hear that it can happen throughout your whole pregnancy, so I'm thinking it's gonna come and go for me, because some nights I have good nights, some nights I have bad nights, but definitely during that first trimester I couldn't sleep, tossing and turning all the time, and it took me forever to go back to sleep after like waking up in the middle of the night. So that wasn't fun, but it's definitely gotten better. I definitely can sleep. I got a pregnancy pillow, which I haven't been using. I've used it once, and it was kind of a hassle, to be honest, to use in the middle of the night. I was like, maybe I don't need it yet because I'm still barely, not even showing that much. So maybe I won't need it until later. We'll see. I don't know. But I do want it for like my back for when I turn over, because I sleep on my back a lot, and I did not realize that until I was pregnant. So that's something. The sleep insomnia, if you have it, I'm sorry, it sucks, but we'll get through it. It's fine. So those are all of the symptoms that I've been feeling so far. I definitely will keep you guys updated. I'm going to be doing a second and third trimester recap video also when I finish those trimesters. But yeah, so that was my first trimester symptoms that I've experienced. Now I'm going to answer just a few questions. Were we trying is the first question, and yes. Yeah. So we actually, let me tell you a little backstory of like what happened, and kind of a backstory of like the last video I posted, which was the announcing my pregnancy, finding out we were pregnant. We had a conversation. We've always wanted babies. One of the main reasons we moved back to California was to be closer to family for when we started having kids. And so my husband, we knew he was going to be getting a job soon, and we knew that this living situation, we're currently living with my parents, is temporary. And so we were like, do we feel ready for babies? Yes. Why it's always been like, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. So he's always just been waiting on me. And then recently I was like, well, maybe I do want a baby right now. So we had that conversation. We were like, okay, we do feel ready. I was like, if God wants us to have a baby right now, he's gonna make it happen. If it's in his will that we don't have a baby right now, then it could take a few months for us to get pregnant. So we decided to start trying. And the next thing you know, we're pregnant. So it did happen our very first try, which we are very, very blessed, because I know a lot of people struggle with fertility, and so we are just so beyond blessed and happy that we were able to conceive in the first try, which I was very shocked about, which is why in the finding out I'm pregnant video, I was very shocked. Also, not just shocked that it was our first try, but also shocked that it actually read that I was pregnant a week before my period was supposed to start, because that's like kind of really early. So that's why we were shocked, and that's why in the video you can hear my husband say, what did I tell you? Because he was like, watch, it's gonna happen the first try. And I was like, no. But yeah, it did, and so he was right, and we are very happy. So yes, we were trying. Second question is, do we know the gender? No, we don't. I really hope that this next appointment, which is supposed to happen in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that I can see if I could go get a blood test to find out the gender, because I really, really want to know what the gender is. So there will be a gender reveal video coming out. Not sure when. I have my mom tuition feelings, but nothing's for certain. God knows what we need in our family, so whatever this baby turns out to be, I'm very, very excited either way. And the last question is, when is the due date? Our due date is July 2nd. July 2nd has always been the due date according to the apps before I even went to the doctor for the first time, and then the doctor confirmed July 2nd, so it's pretty spot on. But we could have a June baby. Who knows if it comes earlier, if it comes late. So either June or July. I am now out of breath. Another symptom, out of breath. I haven't actually got that until recently, entering my second trimester. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching and following along on this journey with me. And if you are a new mom / wife, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can see more wifehood, motherhood, soon to be motherhood content, and just lifestyle content overall. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.